You got this.
What's up, Addicts? I'm Josh.
I'm Michael.
And today we have another Danmachi video for you. This one's going to be, again, really fun, at least for us. We're going to go through and basically we have two questions we're going to answer. The first one being, if you had to pick a Familia to be a part of, which one would you choose? Now, there is a requirement, though, in this, in that you can't pick any of the sane or relatively good gods. So we are excluding the likes of Hestia, Hepatitis, Miyachi, Teika, and Ganesha. There might be one or two that we're forgetting out of the list that we mentioned, but this is all that we could remember that were of importance.
Yeah.
So, getting right into it, I guess just kind of give you ones that we have listed out so you kind of know what our pool is here. We got Loki, Freya, Hermes, Ichthys, Apollo, Soma, Ishtar, Ares, and help me with the other one because I can't.
Uranus?
Yeah.
Uranus.
Guild god.
Yeah, guild guy.
So, yeah, I guess I'll let Michael start off. If you had to pick one, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I'll go through my logic here. So...
That won't make the video 30 minutes.
Yeah, that won't be 30 minutes long. So Ishtar and Freya, I think, are kind of off limits. Same with Apollo. They all require some things. They all required non-consensual activities, but also it's like...
Some sacrifices of the flesh, yeah. I get you.
It's also like with the beauty gods, you can't really tell if they like you or not. They kind of just use you as pawns, you know?
Well, and also you kind of turn into a zombie when you're a part of them.
Yeah. So it's like no control over what you're doing or like no autonomy, which I think is kind of important, you know, if you want to go out in the dungeon and level up. But with those kind of... I mean, at the same time, like with Freya, they'll support you with like money and stuff, but is it really worth it at the end of the day?
Or you could just be like Sir, who's working at the working at the little diner. She's still getting supported by Freya Familia, but she's just like, yeah, I'm just chilling here. Not part of your schemes.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know
well,
exactly.
We don't know anything yet.
I would assume she's doing some kind of...
Plot twist.
Yeah.
So, Ichthys, so... This is definitely not for anime watchers, this part of things, because we have so many gods that are...
Yeah, like, out of the anime watchers out there, you probably only know of, like, Loki, Freya, Hermes, and...
Soma.
Yeah. You might have seen Apollo walking around, but you definitely never interacted with him at all or heard him talk, so...
reference back our other videos there. But Ichthys, he's kind of hands-off. And I feel like he is kind of evil in the sense, because I remember in the conversation with, like, Hermes, where he's going to get cast out.
Yeah.
I think Hermes is like, why'd you let this happen? He's like, I was bored.
But you got to remember, though, first question is Familia. So you're going to be dealing with, like, you're coming in at a low level, so you're going to have to answer probably to the second in command, which would be Dix, which he's technically in command of everything. So you're going to be forced to go into the dungeon and fight extremely powerful monsters. And then also, like, rape and murder them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Not a good
That's
one.
not a good sign.
Not a good one. Hermes we'll get to a little bit later. That one's I'll table it for now. Soma, I feel like there's not much support.
Party, man.
Yeah, it's a party one. It's all about the wine.
The only bad thing is you got to beat up Lily.
Yeah. They are kind of bad. Since they are kind of related back to Ichthys.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. With that leader and the corruption and, like, your god not caring about you up until, like, later in the show, or later in the anime is where it is.
And with Ares, you're expendable.
Yeah.
He's like, I got, like, 40,000 troops.
So yeah, Soma, probably not, but the wine is pretty great. Ares, no. Apollo, I already said no. So Hermes, Loki, and Uranus, I don't know. He's guild guy, so you would just be a guild employee, which, you know, it's a safe job. But if I'm in a fantasy universe...
It's a boring life.
It's a boring life, yeah. I think I'd go with Hermes because of the connections. Is he a little convoluted? Yes. But does he allow us freedom and autonomy? I think for the most part, yes.
Not really, but...
I mean, yeah, I guess not really, but kind of.
I mean, he's the god that, like, if you did want to rebel, he's the easiest to push over, I think.
Yeah. So...
Because he's schemy, but he's not, like...
In Loki, I don't know, I don't like those people. Those level 6 guys are jerks, and...
Yeah, like, dealing with...
I'd be annoyed.
And then, like, you gotta worry about, like, if Loki would want to grope you or not. And,
yeah, no.
Yeah, you got all that.
Nah.
It would really...
Hermes is my choice. Alright, what about you, Josh?
Alright, well, I don't think I would pick Soma or Ishtar, because you gotta remember, too, that if you go Ishtar route, you're probably gonna be a male prostitute, which... Not into that. Ares, like I said, you're kind of expendable, and, a lot of those people, I think, like, the most leveled up guy they had was, like, level 4, and it was mainly their officers, and so that would be a terrible way to, if you wanted to get stronger, too, which... we also got... I'm not going to go with Loki just because I don't like people that don't talk at all and just give me a blank stare talking to you eyes. With Hermes, I would just want to kill my god if I was in Hermes Familia, so I'm not going to pick that.
Yeah. You're running out of options here.
Icalos would be a disgusting and just against your will type of deal, but you would get really strong, I think, in this Familia. Or at least you'd get paid a lot.
Yeah.
But I still have to say no with that. I think it comes down to it, like, out of best choice, it would be with Anaros, or whatever you want to say his name. That's the one that is
Guild
the
guy.
hardest. Yeah, Guild guy. That would be the safest and probably best option if you didn't want to get screwed at all. But
you could live a peaceful life.
Yeah, but
middle class life.
Like you, I'm not somebody that's gonna live in a fantasy world and just be a pencil pusher, So I'm not gonna go with that route. So that's why I think I would take some risk, and I think honestly, down to me, it's down to Freya and Soma Familia, which I think in Soma Familia you could get by as long as you're leveling up and you're getting stronger, Plus,
you only have to be level 3.
Yeah, plus you only have to be, yeah. So I would say that's probably the one I'd go with.
Are you going to taste the wine that makes you crazy, or?
I think that's a requirement, but...
I don't think so. I think it's like a reward, but you don't have to.
I'd probably sell it, to be honest with you. I'd get in and sell it.
That's a
So
safe.
I'd go with Soma.
Okay.
Plus, if I was in Soma Familia too, I could rescue Lily.
There you go.
And then I could
Shapeshifter.
Yeah. You gotta, man, I'm telling you, especially if you watched our other video, you gotta trust them shapeshifters because they just assassinate you.
It's true. Shapeshifters are OP in this world.
Unless you got Firebolt, you're not gonna be able to cast anything or deflect anything from just like a stab from your closest friend.
We need what power we need is the Spidey sense.
Oh yeah.
Well,
technically Finn has that. He's got the tingling of the thumb. So, which is hilarious that that's in there. Anyway, our second question is actually what would you think, or who would you think is the worst god to get stuck with? Now, this one, I think we'll put in the other people that we didn't allow for the other question, but still, though, since it's worse, I don't think you'd pick any of those anyway. Mm-hmm. But who are you saying? Because I think I know who I would go with.
That's a hard one.
If you want me to go first. If it was
you can go first.
Thing. I think I would say the worst one to step with is Apollo, because not only is, he very aggressive in what he wants, and that also can lead to him wanting you very aggressively.
So your answer, for those viewers out there, is Apollo would be the worst?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason that he's always trying to climb on top of you.
Yeah, he's pretty creepy. I'm
gonna
have
not
to
flattering
say,
like it is with Hestia or any of the other gods.
Yeah. That's why there's no Apollo side story.
Yeah. If there was, I feel sorry for the poor soul he comes across in the movies.
So Icalos. Also, anyway.
Really? You think so? Because I don't think you'd care what you do. Like, you could just sit in the corner and he'd just be like...
Yeah, but their leader's gonna kill you or like.
Yeah, but we're just saying like with God. So he's like, it's just you. Like this is like if it was in the same scenario of Bel and Hestia at the very beginning. Like it's just you and him.
Ares then, because I'm outside the city, and it's like the worst of Uranus and everything else. You're outside the city. You're like It's like the medieval life except without the magic because you're weak and you don't even have like the Crozo magic swords anymore. Life sucks. So that'd be my pick. Not
to be with Ares or worst pick.
Worst pick is to be with Ares, yeah, because you're outside the city and you.
I guess that would make sense because if it was just
no
you and
plumbing.
him, he would be like, "We're gonna wage war against this city. Go fight him." And you're like, "What?"
I got one sword here, buddy.
That's like,
okay, so that's pretty much the video. Do you want another question? Do you have another question for us?
well, the list I have is on the floor over there, so
Well,
we'll have to probably end it and we'll come back for another video.
Yeah, it's a good video.
But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a little something I thought of.
I think it's it's hard to do this if you only watch the anime. But I feel like Freya's just a bad place to be, you know?
Well, it's not so much like her and like how she treats her disciples. It's just the fact that she's a beauty god and you know that you're going to be zombified if you try to resist her.
Yep.
So that's the thing. It's like the same with Ishtar. Although Ishtar would be worse to go with than
because
Freya.
they're poor. They're like the poor version of Freya.
Well, not only that, but she's a lot more aggressive. Like Freya's just content, like seeing the white rabbit walk around. She's like, "I'm gonna get that
we don't
someday."
know.
But
you know
Ishtar's like, "Gimme."
Exactly.
You know, so she's like if Hestia was evil, that's what Ishtar is.
Hestia would be creepy.
Yeah, she would. Well, and then again, we got like, okay, sorry, this is going off on a rant here, but if you look at it, you're like, you got the good end of the spectrum, you got Hestia, and then you got like middle of the road. I'm talking like personality and like how they interact with people. Then you got Loki, and then you got the next worst, which is like Ishtar.
Yep.
So
there you go.
I see what you're doing there. I'm not going to try to say the author's name because I think I'll just butcher it. It's like, no, I'm not going to.
No.
Like, I know how it's spelled and everything, but I'm not going to try to say that.
Well,
anyways,
yeah. You do the outro.
This is it. If you want to check out more of our Danmachi content, please look into our video log. By the time this goes up,
a lot of videos
Volume
will be
12 might be out, so hopefully our review is sometime close to this airing. But yeah, if you want to check out our other stuff, we got some more anime stuff coming, we got some more game stuff coming, and as always, just keep it real, Addicts. We'll see you later.
Later.